Hello there, and welcome to the first ever episode of Eddi The Ficritic, episode 1. I just want to start by thanking all of you who submitted, and those of you who replied to the proposition post that I put up. Those of you all being Heartbreak Beauty, Another Knife in My Hands, XX Layla XX, Chloe's Green Day, 121, and Adnarum Smada. I like saying that, Smada. Thank you all very much, and for all of you who subscribed, I don't have a list of all of your names, but you'll live. Psh. Sorry. Let's just jump right in with the first submission, which was Demolition Lovers by I Am a Graveyard, submitted by our Heartbreak Beauty. Demolition Lovers is probably my favorite of all of the submissions, the new ones that I hadn't previously read. It's great. It's a high school Ferrard, and it's got Frank, who's academically motivated and plays guitar and is academically motivated, and Gerard, who is a badass motherfucker. There's like no other words for it. He is like a badass, underline, motherfucker, italicized. So yeah. The basic plot of this is, Frank being all, like, antisocial and stuff, and then Gerard's like, basically, points, now. Kind of like that. Yeah. Because Gerard gets what Gerard wants. And his character, the character of Gerard, is very interesting to me. I think he's purposefully, like, a very two-dimensional character. Like, he's a person who is so arrogant and so, like, full of himself that he's so arrogant and full of himself, and he's like, he doesn't feel genuine, and there are moments where he has his genuineness that show that he is a real person, which I think is there's woven in there, it's like randomly. I think it's great. I would honestly say that currently Gerard has a personality disorder or something, but that's just me. But yeah. Link in the description, hopefully, if I remember. Next we have Heartbreak Beauty's The Angel's Sword, which is a bandit fic set in the future. Basically, you have Gerard and Lindsay getting a divorce, and Bandit being angsty because she's sad because they're getting a divorce. That's what I got from it anyway. There's a few problems I found that peeved me when reading the story. The style is very non-existent and feels kind of plastic, for lack of a better word. It feels too generic. It doesn't have that extra, like, oomph into it. And another thing that annoyed me was the dialogue tags were very, very consistent. Dialogue tags, for those of you who don't know, are the things like said he, or she said, or he cried, or she spat, or whatever. Those are followed when in front of or after quotations. But they were very much the same over and over and over again in The Angel's Sword, which just is one of those things that bothers me. I feel that you should shake it up a bit as a writer. None of that was attacking to personally attack Heartbreak Beauty, but it was constructive criticism, as I like to call it. So yeah. Very sorry if it offended you, but that's my opinion. And that's what this is all about. So, yeah, moving on. The Incubus by The Escapist 99 was submitted by Another Knife in My Hand, and it is pretty damn good. It's a one-shot, and basically the idea is that the band is in a hotel that's haunted, and Gerard comes to the conclusion after a few nights that he is being suffocated and raped by an incubus, which does just what I said to its people. That's the basic thing that I can say without giving away anything else. The diction was very formal, very well written, and that's something you don't really find a lot. And there's long paragraphs, no dialogue, hardly any dialogue, rather. There is a bit dialogue, but very long paragraphs, which usually put me off, and I'm usually like, stay away, long paragraphs. But I was pleasantly surprised that of the quality of it. It was quite good, and I'm very happy to have read it. Another submission by Another Knife in My Hand was Blue and Yellow by Chloe's Green Day, which is another of my favorites, which I had previously been reading. If you like angst, drama, relationship problems, mental health issues, addiction, then this is for you. This is your story. It's got it all. And also for you Gerbert fans, there you go. You got another Gerbert story. It sounds really weird saying that out loud, like Ferrard. Ferrard and Gerbert, they sound weird aloud. Anyways, moving along, then there's also Another Knife in My Hand requested that I check out her stories, so I went ahead and did, and I picked one to tell you of, and it was Tales of an Insomniac. And Tales of an Insomniac is just what it sounds like. Frank is completely and utterly, like, covered in insomnia in his brain. That was a bad verb. He's taken over by insomnia, rather. And it's basically his night of thinking, which is what you do when you have insomnia, because you're too physically tired to do anything, and all you do is stare, and you stare at the clock, and watch time fly by, and feel like when you have insomnia, when you stare at the clock for hours, it feels like that time is standing still in the moment, but if you just close your eyes for like 1 second, you don't really sleep, but you just close your eyes for a second, and you open them back up, and it's like maybe 5 minutes later, it's like, fuck. But anyway, this captures the feel of insomnia very well, and very well written, and I'm quite happy to have read it. XX Layla XX, her story, Be Careful What You Wish For, I believe it was called. That is one of those, this either loved or hated, what if CR never occurred? Kinds of things. Starting off with Gerard, pissy and stuff, because he's missed all these things in his life because of being in a band, and basically wishes it away. It was a bit confusing, because at first you've got Gerard in the present, and then he's in the past, and then he's nowhere, and then it scene suddenly shifts, and they're like, it's weird, it's just strange. And then you've got the original characters that are woven into that, which kind of threw me for a loop. But it's very, very good. It's got a lot of potential. It's almost there, almost there. Clarifying what was going on, unless you were trying to make it a mystery, which was probably the case, and I'm just being an ass. But, yeah, but then there's the thing that all of the original characters kind of sound the same, which kind of bothered me, and a couple of their names were very similar, so it was difficult to distinguish between them. But that's not your fault, because these are, I believe, people who had auditioned for these parts and such. So, anyways, babbling on. Basically that's it. So that's all the submissions, because not very many people submitted. If you would like to submit in the future, all you have to do is go down to the comments and post a link, and I will follow it, and I will read it, and next Saturday night I shall post a video of it. I'm forgetting something. If you request it, if more people request it, I will post a transcript of this, which will probably be better written than I have spoken on FicWad. So yeah, that's about it. And if you want to email me at any point, it's eddihollylore13@hotmail.com, which is EDDIHOLLILORE 13@hotmail.com. Or just make me your friend or something on YouTube. I think you can do that. And message me or whatever. I don't know. I forgot how YouTube works now. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. But yeah, that's about it. So, good night, and thank you for watching. Turn off. Turn off. What the hell?